what? Toonami is coming back for real this time? So, hey guys, it's L Supersonic Q, and I know that I keep saying that I don't know why I make videos about Toonami and Card and stuff like that, but I decided to just put it all under my 21st century hate rant type videos because now I feel like I'm actually elaborating on a series, and this kind of does go in with that. But this video isn't necessarily a hate thing, but it's speculation and good news because we finally got what we wanted. We finally have a return in Toonami. So I'm going to shout out to Rising X Enigma. Thank you for posting this on one of my Toonami videos because I probably would have never found out about this any other way. And it's kind of convenient because I can be the first one to make a video like this before floods of people just start making them. So anyway, yeah. So thanks to his comment. It directed me to the Adult Swim website, and wouldn't you know, yeah, Toonami's coming back. Right on their homepage, it says Toonami's back. So, you kind of click it, and then it says, I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about there. I mean, it says 5/26/12, so that's 2 Saturdays from now. And they said we're going to have a return to action anime and stuff, so that's really, really cool. Not to mention on their schedule, on the Adult Swim schedule, there's some blank holes where Durara and Kakaishi used to be, so we'll probably get some new anime there. I thought that they were just doing the whole getting new anime thing and they were replacing their older shows, but I guess they did that because of Toonami. And they said that this is going to continue for every night afterward, which is really cool. So I want to talk about the pros and the cons of this, and you might be thinking, well, what are you talking about cons? Toonami's back. Yeah, but there are some things that, as great as this is, there are some problems I have with it, believe it or not. But, I mean, not in Toonami itself, but what this could hold in the future. Okay, so let's just start from, right on the surface. So this is really great. I'm really glad to say, because I am one of those type of people who really want Toonami back, and I don't want people to, because I hate when people say, oh, if you want Toonami back, you're such a fanboy, you'll never get over the fact that Toonami is gone, it's not coming back and stuff. And it's not the fact that people who are fans of Toonami, because I like Toonami, okay, and stuff, and I was really passionate about it to see it return, but it's not to the point where, it's the only thing I obsess about, and I'm not a fanboy about it. A reason why people really didn't want to see Toonami go is just that. It was not time for it to go. And that's one of the biggest things that I tell people when they say, you're a fanboy for wanting Toonami back, get over it, is that I wouldn't have had a problem if it left the right way. But the thing is, it left the viewers hanging on. And they were expecting more, and Cartoon Network didn't deliver that, and that's why I think so many people wanted it back, is because they wanted Toonami to have the justice it deserved if it was going to get pulled from the air, and it really didn't. And not to mention that was the downfall of anime on Cartoon Network, but that's beside the point. So, me seeing Toonami come back is really great. More than anything, it shows that people's opinions do matter, your voices can be heard. This was over, the course of a 4-year period, and now we're finally seeing it kick into action. And it's pretty great that, just from the fans' devotion and stuff, that we made this possible. So that's pretty great, in terms of democracy, I guess, to get into that, the people's voice type thing. So it's really cool that you can convince a TV station to bring back your favorite shows and stuff. And Toonami definitely had a devoted fan base. So that's kind of on the surface. It's really great. And some of the pros that we're obviously going to get from this is a rise in anime. You know that Adult Swim is going to dedicate more time now because they know they're going to get the viewers. For people who say didn't want to watch Filler Bleach at midnight every Saturday, even though I did for absolutely no reason, and then after that was all reruns. But so we're going to pull in. Adult Swim is going to pull in an anime crowd again. They're going to get more views. Who knows? This could expand because personally, I'd like to, as much as I like Toonami though, I'm not gonna stay up until 4 in the morning every Saturday watching anime. So hopefully they can tweak the schedule further in the summer. They can expand the block and make the newer shows, those mystery shows that I'm surprised have not been leaked yet. Adult Swim really does not have that good of a, lock and key on their stuff, but they are for these new shows. So if they are new shows, that's I think what we're all speculating. So there's those new shows I think would be a lot better if they were on earlier. So we got all kinds of stuff like that. And I think most importantly is that, yeah, this will bring back a whole the whole anime scene. I think we'll start to see more anime in places and stuff, and it's just really great. But now, here's the bad thing in all of this. As great as this is to see Toonami come back, though, there are still a lot of problems I have with it. Not so much in terms of Adult Swim, not so much in terms of Toonami, but in terms of Cartoon Network, okay? So here's the thing. And I'm not really going to bash on Adult Swim for this because Adult Swim has gained a lot of my respect back because they actually went the extra mile to get this back for us. Of course, we have to see how they're going to go about it, though. I mean, I don't want it to be like the cheapest CGI they could buy. I want it to be, the really good Toonami CGI, really good bumpers and stuff. But I actually do have a lot of faith in them to pull that off. But in terms of Cartoon Network, though, Toonami's back. But it's not back on Cartoon Network. And here's my problem, is that I would say that I'd rather have Toonami on Adult Swim than not at all. But I'm kind of going to bash on Cartoon Network here. Why didn't Cartoon Network take the hint? I don't understand. Like, do they not want to? They probably don't want Toonami back because they're like, oh, blah, 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 live action, blah, 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 CGI, blah, 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 comedy, or whatever they're talking about. But I would have much rather have seen Toonami go back on Cartoon Network. Why? Because Cartoon Network sucks. I have honestly come to the point where I don't even really care what's on Cartoon Network anymore. I mean, for the longest time, I was always like, oh, this show's on Cartoon Network. I'm not going to watch it because I don't want them to get my views from, Level Up or whatever. And I cared about them getting back on the right track. But the fact that they don't have Toonami, this shows they're never going to get back on the right track. They don't care about getting it back, clearly. And they're pretty much saying, forget Toonami and all its anime and anything else that it has because we're too focused with Level Up and CGI now. Like, that's all it says to me. And it's a shame because I really thought that Toonami could have been Cartoon Network's savior. It really could have been. If they brought that back, I think the channel would immediately get a lot better. But the fact that they don't have it anymore, it's Adult Swim's now. Like, that just shows that Cartoon Network doesn't care, and they're not going to care, and that makes me say, well, Cartoon Network, big middle finger to you, because I'm not going to watch you anymore because you've shown that you don't care about what I think. Adult Swim, who never even... They never even had Toonami. Toonami was just during Adult Swim's time, back when it first launched and had its midnight run thing. But Adult Swim never even had Toonami. And Cartoon Network, for them to have Toonami for so long, all the anime it brought, Dragon Ball Z, again, competing with primetime television, that was the #1 show for its premiere year, in terms of the ratings and cable ratings and stuff. Like, you're telling me you don't want to get those ratings back? Oh, tell me, Cartoon Network, how great are Level Up ratings now? Now that you've not hyped the show up as much as you used to? How great are the Total Drama Revenge of the Island ratings going to be? In fact, I could go off on a whole rant about that. I hated that the whole series to begin with, but now even the fans of the show aren't going to watch it because you've announced it for 3 years and you're just pulling it together now. So, literally, Cartoon Network, there is no hope for them anymore, and they can't tell me that they don't want it. Cartoon Network can't say that they don't want more ratings, that they really don't care about it, because, I mean, when it comes down to it, Cartoon Network, I think without Toonami, Cartoon Network really wouldn't have been... It really wouldn't have opened up the anime doors. It really wouldn't have, just... It really wouldn't have changed, I feel like, a majority of the channel and kind of how people perceive anime and stuff today. I mean, back then, it was really quality cartoons and anime, and that was the perfect mix. And nowadays, it's CGI and live action. Like, what are you doing, Cartoon Network? Maybe if you got Toonami back, then you could realize that, oh wait, anime can get ratings, and from watching this anime, maybe it'll inspire some, really good cartoonists to come in and start making cartoons for us or something. I mean, who knows? So yeah, Cartoon Network, you Cartoon Network let down my hopes and stuff. I really thought Toonami was going to come back on Cartoon Network, and it was just going to be really cool. But now I think we can all pretty much say, we're done with you, Cartoon Network. I'm pretty much done with you, because let's face it, classic cartoons and Cartoon Planet for an hour out of a 24/7 week, that's not entirely that great, and not to mention, as much as I love classic cartoons, how many classic cartoons can you watch before it kind of is over excessive? I mean, I know I just said like once a week, but you know, just for that 1 hour time slot a week, if you know every week you're watching the same type of classic cartoons, I mean, you know, and they clearly show no motivation to pull themselves together. So I don't know what their problem is. And again, I'm praising Adult Swim. I'm giving them a bunch of props. I'm so glad that they actually decided to do this because I feel like if anything, Adult Swim is going to benefit from it. And at this point, like I said, I really wanted to be on Cartoon Network, but guess what? I hope Cartoon Network asks for Adult Swim for Toonami back, and then Adult Swim says, haha, nope, it's ours now because you didn't care about it. So, um, yeah. Alright, I guess that's kind of it for this video and stuff, guys. Just getting my thoughts out here, jumping on the bandwagon myself before everybody else does, which kind of what happened for Pokemon Black and White too. I was going to talk about that kind of stuff. And then, like, literally the day that all that stuff was released, everybody was making videos, so I'm like, there's literally no point. Let's save that for the E3 Thoughts video. Yeah, which will come later on. Okay, so it's L Supersonic Q, and that's it. So you guys are going to watch Toonami on the 26th of May, which is when I guess when it's going to premiere. And, yeah, I really don't think Adult Swim is pulling our legs this time, and if they are, then I will take everything I said good about them in this video and just throw it in the trash, because I think they're serious about it this time. I mean, they're doing the whole thing on their website and stuff, and it's just gonna like pull together. So anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts slash rage slash hate on Cartoon Network. Which this video is supposed to be praising Xiaomi and Adult Swim, and I just ranted on Cartoon Network. But I think I should come up with some kind of theory that every rant in the whole world will just end up at Cartoon Network at some point. So anyway, that's it from L Supersonic Q. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did, and until the next video, bin.